paperwork that follows along a single nut. It's not quite the same as it was for, say, the Apollo program.
Yeah.
But all that to say, like it's a very challenging technology. Again, need to have. So places that are constrained, like Japan, why did they have so many reactors? Why were they like 40% nuclear? Well, they were the world's second largest economy in the world,
Yeah.
until China's rise. And they basically had exhausted their coal reserves and were dependent on energy imports for something like 90% of their energy. If you
Wow.
build a bunch of nuclear reactors and you can import very small volumes of uranium and store years of fuel on site, that's a huge benefit versus importing natural gas to sort of limited
Yeah.
storage capacity where if the boat doesn't show up for 2 or 3 weeks, say you were under some hostile embargo, you're effed and your grid goes down because you have no fuel, sort of thing, right? So
Yeah.
similarly, why Taiwan had nuclear and why they're idiots for having turned off their nuclear plants, highly dependent on imports of just-in-time liquid natural gas. South Korea, you can just look around the world at Europe. Why did they deploy so much nuclear? Because of the oil shock, and they were using a lot of oil to actually produce electricity because it was so cheap in the 60s. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tend to ramble a bit in this interview, but hopefully, my ADHD mind is creating some kind of a narrative that you and your listeners can follow.
No, it's fantastic. No, I think you have so much wealth of knowledge, and it's being uh, beamed to us in this like compact words. So we love it.